My girlfriend of 1+ year is also flirting with some guy at work. We don't live together, but she talks about him a lot, telling me how he asks her out regularly and she's told him she has a boyfriend. She recently started dressing sexy, putting a lot more effort into her morning makeup. They chat and call each other a lot on video and otherwise. The other day, they were talking and I asked her who she was talking to that made her all giggly and smiley, and she said it was her cousin. I learned later on going out it was the same guy's second number. They already have names they call each other and she's been out with him a couple of times after work. Even been to his place, but she has no idea I know all this. I tried talking to her, but she said she's told him she has a boyfriend, but he's still after her and she can't do anything about it. She chats with a lot of guys, sending them pics and stuff. Nothing provocative or not safe for work. I've asked her why she does this despite being in a relationship, and she said she believes one of them might be her destiny helper or something. I really didn't get it. The other day, I broke down and went through her chats with the guy. They've only known each other for a month, and she's already admitted to liking him already. I can't tell her I went through her phone since it's me invading her privacy and all, but I just had to look. I don't know what to do at this point. It's really eating me up and getting me worried. Update. We went to a wedding yesterday, took a couple of pics and she posted them, but not the ones with me in them. When I asked her why she didn't, she said her mom is judgmental and will question her about us. She hasn't told her mom about me yet. Today is her graduation day from college. She's not going, but posted saying she's happy to be graduating. Then I remember that she told that guy that she was going away for a wedding in her graduation. Didn't tell him it was with me though. I honestly don't know what to make of the situation. Thank you. The community has some thoughts. First, Virtual Choir Boy says, yes, she is cheating. It may not be a physical affair yet, but she is most definitely emotionally cheating. If it's not physical yet, it will be sometime soon. Have a conversation with her about emotional cheating. Ask her how she would feel if you were talking to other women the same way she talks to this guy. She'll either lie and say, I would be fine with it, or admit her hypocrisy. Overall though, her allowing him to continue to pursue her is disrespectful of you and disrespectful of your relationship. If I were in your shoes, I'd be making plans to break up. The OP replies, I tried talking to her about it. She said he's just a friend and she never cuts people off. I asked if she'll be fine with me doing the same and she said yeah, that it's fine with me making friends, and I asked even if they were flirting with me and saying she's okay with it as long as I don't do anything with them. I told her it was emotional cheating, but she just made a hand gesture, got up and left. Virtual Choir Boy responds back, so I'm coming at this from the viewpoint of a 27-year marriage where both my wife and I are completely respectful of each other. What I see in your post is anything but respect. Her hand gesture and ending the conversation? That's a partner that has no interest in understanding what you're feeling, no interest in understanding how their actions affect you, no interest in actually working on the relationship. As I said before, she's being disrespectful of you and disrespectful of the relationship you have with her. In other words, she doesn't care how her actions affect you. She cares about feeling good, and her interactions with this other guy make her feel good. It's something new, something risky, something daring, and something that is leading her down a path she shouldn't be going if she was truly respectful of the relationship she is supposedly in already. Given your additional comment, my gut says end it. She's emotionally cheating and well on her way to physically cheating. The fact that she's able to emotionally cheat shows that she's more concerned about her feelings no matter what the negative impact her actions may have on those that are part of her life. Step up and respect yourself here. Tell her that you've taken the time to reflect on what's been happening lately and that you can't justify being in a relationship with someone that has no respect for your feelings and no respect for the relationship they are in with you. That things have gone too far and that before you devolve into something doing the same things she's doing, you're going to end the relationship. Unfortunately, I suspect this means she will jump into the other guy's arms. Let her and block her. She's not the one for you. You can do better, and more importantly, you deserve better. One of them might be her destiny? Man, she's not in a relationship. Mentally, she's totally not with you. She's on the prowl. She's looking for other people and there's no commitment there at all. Guaranteed she's been physical with some of these people. Maybe not sex, but she's definitely been intimate. Respect yourself and leave. Actually, there's nothing to leave because you're hardly in a relationship as it is. Update. We were in the kitchen. He called and she was being dodgy with the phone call, only giving one-syllable responses. Then insisted he calls her later. When he dropped and I asked her who it was, she said it was her sister's friend who kept calling her because her sister changed her number. She lives with her sister. So I asked her if I checked her phone now, will I confirm that it's the same number that has been calling her all weekend she's been with me? She tried refusing at first, but when I reached for her phone, she accepted that it was the same person. We fought for a bit, but she kept telling me she's asked him to stop, but he doesn't. I asked if she asked him never to call her, if it wasn't about work or if she's never not answered his calls before, be it late or out early in the morning. She said no. Then brought up a sob story of how sorry she is, but that nothing else ever happened. I asked her that if she was lying about him now, what else has she lied about? She said nothing. Told me she was going to set boundaries and ask him not to call her outside of work. I just told her not to bother because we were done, and she should pack her crap and get out. I was done fighting over her every time. I was just done. So we're broken up now, and she's on her way back to her sister's. Thank you all for your advice. You were really helpful. I might not respond to all of you, but I appreciate all your help. The community roots for you. Emergency ad 3355 says, good for you. There is a better girl out there, one that will respect boundaries and not cheat. Solid DC says, the only logical decision. I wish there were more people with your mindset around here. Most of the stories are either entirely made up or something like, I found my girl in bed with the rugby national team, but she swears nothing happened, so I'm believing her because I love her so much. Kudos to you for making the right call. Good. I'm glad you told her to get up and leave. Guaranteed she never asked a single one of them to stop. Yeah, she probably did tell them she had a boyfriend, but because she was acting so single, they definitely went for it. She never stopped any of them from making advancements. Share your thoughts below. Up next, a sugar daddy. 7 days after my son was born, I found out my boyfriend of 2+ years was cheating. 7 days after I, female 29, had my son, it came out my boyfriend, male 31, of more than 2 years, has been talking to many women online and exchanging pics and paying for sugar babies our whole relationship. In August, he started 2 that I know of. Very intimate relationships where they even talked about me and my pregnancy. One of the women he ended up sleeping with twice. While I was pregnant with our son, he did that to me. He even sent her a pic of our son that night he was born. I'm freaking devastated. I'm broken. Nothing feels real. The only reason I can function is for my son. He broke it off with this person and the others he was talking to and deleted all the avenues of contact. He claims he has a porn addiction, and that's why he habitually talks to women on dating sites, and it makes him feel good and more confident to pay these women to talk with him and send him pictures and videos. He says this one woman is the only woman he slept with, and he wishes he could take it back. He's going to go to therapy and wants to stay together. I told him he needs to tell his mother today what he's done. I want her to know I'm not cracking because of postpartum depression. It's because of this. Because of him. This man was my rock. I was looking at him in awe of how amazing he was, how much he loved me and our son, and how he was taking such great care of us. My whole world has been shattered. Everything about carrying and giving birth to my first and only child has been tainted by the cheating. The realization that I was actually alone for this whole process. This man was giving the best parts of himself away to another woman, while I struggled mentally and emotionally to carry his kid for 9 months, and I praised him like he was the best, most attentive partner ever. The way he looked at me with so much love in his eyes and held me while I was giving birth means nothing now, because he turned right around and sent the other woman a picture of my freaking son and talked about it when they'd meet up. He says shortly after our son was born was when he knew he needed to stop because he wanted to be with me. He says he's been doing crap like this since before we got together, and it's not because of me, it's because he feels lonely and not worthy, and he's been struggling with it for a long time. Not a new mom me would already be gone, but this me today doesn't know what to do. I love him so much, but I don't know how I could overcome this without ditching all my self-respect. I don't know how I could let the messages and pictures go from my head. How would I ever trust him again? He's removed all the locks and codes from his phone and computer and shares passwords and his location with me now, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to feel freaking crazy. This is the worst I've ever felt in my life. I can't believe my best friend did this to me. I can't believe I'm struggling through being a new mom and dealing with the betrayal of his father. I just got my family and it's destroyed. The community has some thoughts. No Love Lost 1992 starts us off. I'm sorry you're here and I'm sorry he was so selfish. You and your baby deserve better. 50 Shades of Naz says, are porn and sex addiction the new go-to excuse for cheaters nowadays? OP, with all due respect, this man has proved with his actions that he does not love or respect you. He's been doing this your entire relationship. He knew he had a problem, but instead of seeking help or therapy, he continued to betray you. He left you pregnant and vulnerable to go fill his needs with someone else. Do not let this disrespect go, OP. Remind yourself that his immediate thought after the birth was to send a picture of your son to the affair partner. Proves to you where his priorities lie. I know you're feeling emotional and vulnerable, and of course you love him, but think about what the pre-pregnancy you would have done in this case. If he cares for you and your son, then he will agree to co-parent peacefully. If not, do you really want someone who wouldn't put you guys first as your partner and the father of your child? J&H daughter says, "He's full of crap. If you stay, your life will be unhappy. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. You will never be able to trust him. He does not respect you. He's still lying to you. How did that make sense to you? After you gave birth, then he realized. Yet he sent a pic of your child to the whore he was cheating with and asking when he can hit it again. Does that sound like someone who felt any kind of bad on what he was doing? Actions speak louder than his words. Yes, he's unlocking all his devices in the guise that he's being completely open, but yet he continues to lie to you? How does that add up? You don't love him. You love a version of him that is a lie. You don't know the real him, but are seeing it now. You don't ignore the real him because you all have a kid together. If he had money to be paying these prostitutes, you can call them sugar babies, but let's stop and be real. They are prostitutes. Then he can pay you child support and more. Do not stay with this person. He does not respect you. He does not care about you. His love is fake and he's a whole lie. It's just sad that you didn't acknowledge the red flags before getting pregnant. Now your son has to have a crap father who disrespects his mom. Look, it's up to you what you do from here. But as someone who stayed for the kids, it won't end well for you. He won't stop. He's been doing it your whole relationship. Once someone is okay with disrespecting you, it won't stop. There's no point in wasting any more of your time and energy. Stop trying to see the person you think he could be and start seeing the person he actually is. His addiction to porn isn't why he cheated. He cheated because he wanted to. He said as much when he sent your child's pic to his whore and asked to see her. Be strong for your child. He isn't the person you thought he was. He's not a good role model for your son. How sad is that? He knew he had a kid coming and still spent money that could be for your child on whores. See him for who he really is, not what you want to believe. Good luck, and please choose you and your child. Let him go. If he's been doing this crap since before you got together, he ain't the one. And joke's on you because you won't be able to trust him again. He's not going to stop. He gets off on this. Paying for sugar babies? Get real. You and your son are not priorities to this piece of scum. Do not let this man pay for these sugar babies' tuition and nice clothes and whatever else he pays for while you have a new baby who he needs to support. Do not be manipulated by this man who has said he has loved you but then goes and sleeps with other women. That's not love. That's manipulation. All that comes out of his mouth is lies. You need to do what's in the best interest of your child now. That's all that matters. What are your thoughts? Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. We'd hate for you to miss out. If you want to listen to more stories from little old me, check out our lounge where I feature a larger variety of non-cheating related stories. See you there.